Well, welcome to Once Upon a Pandemic series with myself, Yvonne Redden. This series is all about sharing stories and staying positive through these challenging times. And I'll be chatting to people from around the globe. And today we have Dan Gingiss from Chicago. And Dan is Chief Experience Maker Officer, Customer Experience Coach, and a keynote speaker. Dan, thanks very much for joining me today from Chicago. Very excited to have you here.
Well, happy to be here. And as you probably know, Chicago and Dublin are like sister cities. We've got a big Irish population in Chicago, so honored to be here.
We sure have. And over here in Dublin, I don't know what it's like where you are, Dan. We're in our third lockdown here. And this time around, people are finding it really tough. How's it going for you over there?
Yeah, we haven't had as strict lockdowns as some places in Europe, but I think that's actually causing more problems. And so for here, it seems like the vaccine rollout has been slow. People are definitely getting, tired and frustrated and want to get back to some sense of normalcy. I can tell you having two teenagers has been immensely challenging because they want to be out doing everything. We just keep trucking along. And as my grandmother used to say, this too shall pass.
Yeah, I've got two small kids. I have twins, they're 7, and I have an 18-year-old as well. And I think the 18-year-old is finding it harder, actually, because he was looking forward to going out and experience life, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from him. But have you got a daily routine that you do yourself, Dan, to keep you focused and positive? Is there a mantra or something that you do?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was working from home before the pandemic anyway, because I run my own business. What I've stopped doing is I haven't been on any stages at live events in almost a year. And I miss that because that's where it's my comfort zone. It's what I love doing. But I have managed to pivot the business and am focused on other types of things that my clients need from me, like content creation. We've done some really interesting video series, blogs, webinars, Twitter chats, all that sort of thing. And I keep reminding myself, believe it or not, my mantra is I will never go back to corporate America because I spent more than 20 years in corporate America. I worked for some big companies like McDonald's and some small companies. And my joke to everyone now is I like working for the Dan better than I liked working for the man. So that's what keeps me going. I have a good boss right now, and I really love what I do. And that is so key. To me, that's the takeaway. And, for your viewers or listeners that are stuck in a job they don't like, or, so many people are, I found that for many, many years, I was so focused on moving up the corporate ladder, on making more money, on a better title, whatever. And I wasn't focused nearly enough on being happy at work. And now that I love what I do, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and I think this time at home or whatever we had to do has made everyone really reflect on their lives. Everyone is out doing stuff they would normally not have had time to do and spending time with family. So it's been a real time of reflection as well, I feel, over here anyway, and I'm sure the same with yourself. But you help businesses create experiences that customers can't wait to tell their friends and social media followers about. I wonder, can we create something similar in the lockdown to help people get through the day-to-day routine? What do you think?
Absolutely. It really, like most things, it depends on whether you're going to go with the crowd or you're going to try to be different. Let me give you an example. At the beginning of the pandemic, I was reminded of the privacy laws changing in Europe, and every company that I did business with sending me the same email about how they had updated their privacy procedures. And that's exactly what happened. We got email after email about companies changing their cleaning procedures and recommending that we go visit this website or this website. And they all looked the same, and they were all cookie cutter. Very few took the time to do anything different. And then I got an email from my brokerage firm where I have investments. And that email was totally different. That email was all about how it was showing empathy. It was saying, we know that you must be nervous about a volatile stock market. And so we want to share with you all of the features and resources that we have for you to help you through a difficult time investing.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome because that's exactly what I wanted from my investment
It
firm. I didn't care
humanized it, didn't it? It made it more human.
well, yes, and they made it look like they knew what, that they know me and that they knew what I wanted, versus telling me what they wanted.
Yeah.
And that's really the difference, is getting to know your customer. And we talk in customer experience a lot about empathy, and this is such an interesting time because we're all going through the same thing at the same time. So empathy should be pretty easy for people right now.
Yeah.
I've been saying, if you can't be empathetic right now, I don't have high hopes that you can ever be empathetic.
Absolutely.
We know exactly what our customers are going through right now, because we're going through the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think by sharing customers' experience, and you do it on your podcast, the Experience, this show, like, I wonder, how can we turn this experience of the pandemic and the lockdowns into something positive? I mean, can we?
Yeah, I think that there's actually a lot of positive that is going to come out of the pandemic from a business perspective.
Yeah.
One of the positives I'm seeing is a greater focus on customer experience, because companies are realizing, hey, we need customers to survive. We can't have our customers leaving us and going to the competition, or we're not going to stick around. But I also think we've seen a lot of innovation over the last year.
Huge.
And we've seen changes to the experience that are going to outlast the pandemic. One example I like to use is, I'm actually a person that likes grocery shopping. I like pushing the cart to the store. I like, browsing the aisles. But I started doing the curbside pickup for safety reasons. And one of the things I realized is I was getting an hour and a half, 2 hours back in my weekend. And I kind of like getting those 2 hours back. And so that's something that I might continue doing after the pandemic is over, just because I'm now used to it and it's more convenient and it's a better experience for me. I think we've also seen a lot of companies add digitization. So whether that's self-service and the ability to handle more things online, or actual innovation around digital experience, these are all things that are really good for the customer and that are likely to stay, because people are getting used to them. Yeah. So I do think, it's hard to, it's hard to stay positive during such a difficult time. And I don't want to at all undermine, the severity of the pandemic and how it's affected people's lives. But in terms of a business discussion, I do think that the smart companies have found the opportunity to connect better with their customers, to give them what they need during a difficult time. And then customers rightly say, man, that company was there for me when I needed them, when times were rough. When times are good, I'm going to stick by them. Yeah,
I think so. And I think that's why I developed this series a couple of weeks ago, because I think people needed to hear stories from people and how they're staying positive, and just maybe get advice and tips. So, and then they just want to hear, people want to hear honest stories, and that's what it's all about, and your experience. And I want to ask you finally as well, if I ask all my guests this question, if you were to write your memoir title in 3 to 4 words, what would it be? Could you think of one? I know you have 2 books, and I'll talk about that now in a sec.
I'm thinking of I'm trying to get it into 3 or 4 words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 4.
Okay.
I'll explain it. It's wearing the customer's hat, are my 4 words. And where I got that from is, I was a marketer for more than 20 years. And when I was working for Discover Card, which is a credit card company in the US, I was recruited internally, I was recruited to a head of digital experience role. And I sat down with the chief digital officer and I said, hey, I'm really interested in this role, but I have to ask you, why did you recruit me? Because I don't have customer experience. I don't have a customer experience background. And in fact, at the time, most of my marketing background wasn't even digital. It was more traditional marketing.
Yeah.
And he said something that changed the path of my career. He said, Dan, I've been watching you in meetings and you always have the customer's hat on. You are always thinking about business problems from a customer's perspective. And we need to do that in the digital space as well. And that's why he brought me onto that role. And it like I said, it changed the whole trajectory of my career, because I fell in love with customer experience. And here I am now.
That's your whole career. And I know you launched your new book as well. Did you launch the book cover?
I launched the book cover.
Yeah,
Yes, the new book is
not the
coming out.
book.
Yeah, the book comes out September 14th.
Yeah,
It's called The Experience Maker: How to Create Remarkable Experiences That Your Customers Can't Wait to Share.
yeah,
And it includes probably, I don't know, almost 50 case studies of real life companies that are doing great things for their customers and that are following a model that I developed called Wiser, which is basically a way to think about creating remarkable experiences. And when you do that, it is amazing how much your customers are then willing to do the marketing for you,
yeah.
because they tell their friends and family. They're surprised at a great experience, because let's face it, most experiences we have with companies are average, and we don't talk about average experiences. And so the data show that people are more willing to share positive experiences than negative ones.
Yeah.
We just don't have very many positive ones to share. And so my book is trying to fix that by helping companies create those positive experiences.
Yeah. And you've already published a book before that as well, haven't you?
Yes, a couple of years ago, I published Winning at Social Customer Care. And at that point, I was really interested in social media as a customer service channel. I'm still not crazy about it as a marketing channel, to be honest. But I love it as a service channel because, as I said at the time, it's the only marketing channel where people can talk back to you.
Yeah.
And that creates a level of engagement that you just don't have with a television ad or an email or a billboard or anything else. And I think that's what makes it really, really interesting. So yeah, that book is about how to focus your social media team on customer service even more than marketing.
Brilliant. And are they both on Amazon, Dan?
The first book is on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and other bookstores. The second one will be available everywhere as well. It should be available for pre-sale sometime in March.
Yeah.
And so for now, if you're interested, come to my website, and anybody on my newsletter list is going to be the first to know when the book is available, and we'll even have a special offer for them. So.
Oh, great. And your website, Dan, what's your website if you want to share it?
TheExperienceMaker.com, TheExperienceMaker.com, and also DanGingiss.com. They'll both go to the same place, but I didn't want to have to spell my name. So The Experience Maker will get you there.
And Twitter as well.
And Twitter is DGingiss, DGINGISS. I'm active on Twitter and LinkedIn. Love engaging with people, love answering questions, learning from other people. My theory has always been that nobody should listen to me just because I'm the one standing on stage or writing the book. That's why I share real life examples, both from my own career and from tons of other companies in different industries, because I want to inspire people with examples. I want people to look at an example and say, boy, I could do that at my company.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't have to copy it, but I can do something really similar. That just gave me a great idea. And my whole goal is, when I get off stage or when you read my book or blog or whatever it is, that you go back to work the next day and you try something different, and you try to create an experience for your customers that you hadn't been doing before. And that's where I think we can create a little bit of a movement.
Yeah, it's great, Dan. Thanks very much. And Dan, thank you very much for your time and coming on this show for me. It'd be lovely. It's great to have your advice and tips. And stay safe, Dan. And I just want to finish off by saying, if anyone wants to contact me by my email, it's yvonne@yvonneredden.com. I'm also on social media platforms. And if you want to reach out and share your story or advice, please contact me. And I'll see you all next time on the Once Upon a Pandemic series. And bye for now. Thanks so much, Dan.
Thank you.